I've got some exciting news. One of my besties here on TikTok, Alicia, the one who's known for popularizing the term glass child, is going to be interviewed on NBC this week. And so I wanted to talk a little bit more about what it means to be a glass child, particularly in adulthood. An adult glass child is someone who grew up with a high needs sibling. Being an adult glass child isn't a diagnosis, but what it can help you do is to better understand some of the behaviors or patterns that you have as an adult that aren't actually serving you. In psychology, these are called maladaptive behaviors or maladaptive thoughts if they're something that you are thinking on the inside. One of the most common things that can happen to children that have a sibling that's high needs is that their emotional needs may not get met because so much time and attention is having to go to the high needs sibling for obvious reasons. The term for this is emotional neglect, and there is a whole variety of types of emotional neglect and levels of severity. I want to share a couple of resources, particularly from a woman who's spent her career defining what emotional neglect looks like, how it happens, and also how it expresses once we become adults. You can check out her resources right here. Running on Empty is an amazing book that can help you understand if you've experienced emotional neglect and what that looks like for you. And her follow up book, Running on Empty No More, is about transforming your relationships that you have as an adult to be able to work through some of the challenges that you have because you didn't have your emotional needs met as a kid. Now, once again, this isn't about blaming parents for being emotionally neglectful. It's just helping adults who have gone through a family system where there was a sibling with high needs. One of the reasons I'm particularly interested in this population is because adults who have had emotional neglect in their childhood tend to have really challenging inner voices. Their inner critics are cranked up to high, and this can cause all kinds of problems as an adult. You may experience imposter syndrome, you may have procrastination, you may have learned to be a perfectionist to survive in your family. All of these things can be really helped if you can begin to shift your relationship with yourself in present day so that you are kinder and more supportive of yourself. The first step is really recognizing that you might have an inner voice that is holding you back, an inner voice that's critical, an inner voice that's not there for you, particularly times when you're suffering or you've made a mistake. And that is why I designed the Inner Ally process. It's all about looking at your core emotional needs, the ones that did not get met in childhood or at any point in your life that really could benefit from some nurturing. And so, if you're interested in working on any of these things, I'd be delighted to teach you the Inner Ally process so that you can support yourself from the inside out.